Hello, welcome everybody. Hope you've had a lovely evening today. We are looking at the premiere elimination final with Ascension versus Net Profit. I am joined tonight by SwaySway. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. How about you?
Doing pretty good. I'm pretty excited for the Prem game. I've always been a big fan of Ascension and their game plans. They've always had something special cooking up in the background, and I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is gonna be a very exciting game. It's really big for the both teams. I think this is semi-grand finals.
No, we are elimination final number one, so we're just going into playoffs now for Prem. Looking pretty good. We will have another game covered straight after this tonight as well. It will be BLG against SMS, so rank 2 against rank 3. That'll be a great game to watch straight after this, so don't leave too quickly after this game. But yeah, I would love to go look at the rosters, SwaySway, if you would like to have a peek at Net Profit.
Yeah, Net Profit got a very strong looking roster. A lot of really solid players like Air on the combination scout, Straw Bunny on flank scout, Zeiss on Bucket Soldier, Evil Goon on on flank soldier, Terrace on demo, and Tal on medic. Do you want to take a look at the Ascension for us?
Absolutely. Jumping over to the Ascension side, we got Smazza on the flank scout, Fenix on the pocket, Raylan on Roma, Piper 12 on the pocket, Cobra on demo, and Okasar on the medic. So we're looking at a very good game here. I know Ascension jumped straight off in the scrims, jumping straight into this. They are fired up and ready. Net Profit going to show them a good fight out here. It's going to be a good game.
Totally. Yeah, it's gonna be a really close one. Do you got any predictions for the match?
Any predictions? Not any in particular. I do know that Ascension are quite the confident team. I know they came out of Brazilian winning it, feeling really good about themselves. I reckon it'll be good. We're running into 3 maps today if it pushes it, starting off on process, then pushing it into product, and final decider map. If we go, there is Sunshine. For process, I reckon it'll be pretty good. I'm excited to see it, but I reckon it'll probably be, I'm going to call it a 4-2 to Ascension. I reckon they're going to pull out some stunts and be awesome for it. What do you think?
Yeah, I think around the 4-2, 4-3 is. Terrace and Cobra are like really good, strong players, and like the scouts are really strong too. It's gonna be a really close match. What do you bet? Like any? You got,
I do want to point out some players that I reckon will stand out quite a bit. I reckon that we might see some Cobra, some nice Cobra frags, and I also know the strong Straw Bunny Scout coming out. I reckon we'll see some plays out of it. Turris, of course, being a very consistent demo man, always seeing his play. So I reckon it'll be very good. I want to see some big plays. I want to see something that's going to blow the minds of the people. See what can be done. We should be kicking it into game time very shortly. Hopefully not too long. Looks like we're still waiting for 2 to join the server. Yeah. So Ascension, as I've been aware, I've been scrimming quite a bit. As I said before, they came straight out of a scrim, trying to get fired up. They are ready for this. They want to push it as far as they can into the finals. Maybe get some upsets here and there. They're just really excited. It's going to be very good to see how those scrims have been helping them. Maybe they'll show up immediately. But we're going to have to wait and see. Might need a little bit more of a warm-up. We are ready to push it. Pushing it in. Oh, they unreadied. Faked out. That's unlucky. Cool. We are looking pretty good here, but something I want to bring up before we can get this started is we are looking at Land Down Under this year, 2025. Last year was a amazing experience. The capacity has recently been extended just because of how quick the sales have gone. So if you ever want to go to a LAN, this is the best one to go to. July 19th to 20th. Grab your tickets now, land.cappingtv.com. Pick them up, have an experience of a lifetime, and watch everyone play. You might even see Witness Gaming pull up some amazing things before they head off to the US for the Fireside LAN. Too late for that? Oh, it's gonna be after. You can see him after then. LAN has always been a great experience. You get to meet all the people you play with, all the people you look up to. You get to see them in person, play it out on the stage. It's always an amazing experience. Should be going live very shortly here. I'm very excited for this game. Being able to see what's gonna happen. I reckon it'll be very, very good. I love the pug map style. going to be
Yeah,
pushing it.
they're skimming all the bug maps. They're doing product, process, and sunshine. So hopefully this is gonna be stuff we can all take home for the new bugs. So let's take a look.
For the new pugs, we are pushing it alive into process for the first map of the Elimination Finals. We're looking at Ascension versus Net Profit. Let's get it going. Nothing too crazy happening on the rollouts. Both demos arriving about the same time, looking like Evil Goon coming around fast here on the right side, not being able to find much. Ascension playing a little bit passive. Both soldiers bombing in now, going straight onto the fade bombing pipeline, letting it choke. Raylan managed to find Straw Bunny. Zaya so low, does manage to find the kill, trades out. We find Smazza finding Evil Goon on the flank there, and red team is forced to back out. No medic pick on either side, but they are able to bully them out with players down. Trying to play it quick in here. Not really trying to hold back.
Ascension is very quick on second. This seems to be like a roll of a game. Copper's watching 1 and 2, and they're getting ready to Uber in, it seems. Or take a send Saxon and take a trade later. Let's just take a look at what happens here.
Nothing too crazy happening.
Nothing too insane, but Evil Goon might get some action here, or he's backing out.
Raylan's coming to the point.
And he gets fully denied, but they get the force off. Blue team is completely backed out here. They're getting ready for the Blaze to come back and really aggressive with Uber.
We're gonna have to wait for a hot minute. Both soldiers down for another 3 seconds. They get pushed out all the way to choke. They're taking good foothold. Both scouts on point, getting the quick cap time. They are trying to aggress now. They are fighting out. Straw Bunny does go down, playing a little bit aggressive behind the team. Soldiers are in now. Piplin trying to be the leading force of this. Still Uberad here. They're going to take a quick. Evil Goon is hiding away, though. Might be able to find someone here. Not spotted. They are walking away.
They're getting ready for a quick Uber bush. They're gonna take down Tal from the back, and the enemy team, the red team, just seems to not fully be not prepared for this. Cobra is trapping up the point, and the scouts are getting on, but red team takes it back, taking back all the space on loss. The soldiers are bombing in, and they're fully faded.
That is a full team wipe on the side of Net Profit. Ascension being able to walk in behind, get that cap point while they're all sitting in lobby. They just weren't ready. Uber coming out straight as they walk in and just be able to find those picks. The soldiers coming in for the post, and that will equal the round for them. Not the crazy round, but that was definitely a consistent one where Ascension showed their prowess, able to find those picks at mid being very good for them as we push into the second mid of the game. They are playing fast right here, Net Profit, trying to get as much space as they can before. Soldiers just coming in now. Raylan taking that left side. High bombing now. Both coming in, looking like they want to try to land on that medic. That demo does get forwarded. Raylan, Cobra both finding 2. Straw Bunny does clean up Tiplin, but it looks like they're going to get wiped. For one soldier still in, trying to find players and choke. Zayas does kill 2, but does go down. Finds a 3rd, trading before his death. So they do wipe down 4, but the medic still lives. Evil Goon is on the mid now, but does get denied that access to the health. Does go down, and that is a comfortable mid for them with Uber ad. So we now wait for spawners for both sides.
That was a very, mids are very swift in these games. It seems like Cobra is currently rolling out, and they're looking ready to get like a full Uber bush on second. They're walking in, they're just walling at them, but right, NNN is just forced to respect this. Yeah, they're taking all the space on second, and I think they're about to go for the cap.
There are 2 players down now. Players coming in. The Uber is going to be used out on last. You got the Basher jump up there to get the med. Tal fighting for his life in uppers. Unfortunately, will go down. Evil Goon trying to deny the demo walking in. Point has not been captured. They are trying to play this too aggressive and will have to back up. This is going to be Uberad still, but they are just bleeding players down 3 as Net Profit will be able to stabilize here. They will get the cap late, but it looks like they do want to push out. Pipeline going so low. Does hit the rocket onto air and will spike them to the ground. Now the cap will go straight to Net Profit. They wanted to play that so aggressive there, but unfortunately bled too many. It just had to back up after. There's a little bit of contention though. Evil Goon does sink that rocket out. Playing a jump map here, does get out safely, and it looks like we're going to stabilize on second.
Ascension is retaking second here. They have 50 Uber ad, and they're walking in. The scouts are. The red team is, I mean, Enough Force is just forced to respect it, and they're completely out to last here. Second is just completely free for Ascension, and they have full Uber ad. They're probably gonna take this through lobby, and they're gonna be, yeah, they're walking through lobby, and there's gonna be a full Uber ad last for Ascension, and they fully took over. They fully took over last. The scouts are cabbing currently, and the terrace is the point fully trapped.
It's not too much happening. Uber is now faded. 4 down on the side. They're unable to contest. Some traps have been blasted off as they try to walk out to recontest. Soldiers denying that. Cobra hitting the pipe on the turret to end the round with the cap. 2-0 to the side of Ascension. This is looking very, very good for them. An unfortunate loss for them, trying to play it a little bit too quickly, unfortunately. That Uber fading too early and bleeding players. But we're able to stabilize, get that cap on second, come in with Uber ad and just retake. Coming onto the third mid now. They looks like Taurus is sitting kind of close. eevee does find Cobra fast. So they are going to be down demo for this mid. Raylan is bombing now. Hopefully trying to find Tal stuck in the corner. Does manage to surf out, but Pipeline in the post to be able to pick him up. Straw Bunny finding Raylan. Fennec is sitting in choke, but will go down. Looking like they have already backed out. Ascension wanting to keep their medic alive, making sure they can keep that Uber ad, but this mid will go to net profit as they now start to stabilize on second. Demo coming in fast, making sure traps are up, not letting him walk forward for free.
Ascension will probably is looking to push second and they have full Uber ad, and the red team is just forced to respect that. They're walking in, and Enough Force is completely out here. This is a very stable second for Ascension here. I think they're going to be taking an Uber into mid here and getting everyone buffed right now, and they're getting ready to walk in.
Strawberry does die on flank pretty early. Zayas now in for the game. Does get the force onto the medic there, so they are able to back out pretty early. They do lose another two. Zayas and eevee both going down for that stack, but they are able to back out. Scout is Skybox. Pipeline coming in quick, but not able to find much. Going to leave Al-Qaeda. Smazza walking in, playing aggressive. Braylon coming in now. Does find one rocket on. Tries to go for the air shot, but will leave out second. Pipeline in as well, but will get cleaned up. Cobra is now going to be caught. Does actually find air before being able to back out to upper lobby. Zayas maybe trying to find the pick. Fennec just being right there ready for him. This will be a comfortable little stabilization here as we do have Ascension just kind of chill and choke, trying to maybe find some pressure, but they will have to back out here. Both scouts now spawning for the side of net profit as they will just stabilize. They will be able to walk in now with full Uber ad. Hope be able to find something, but it looks like they are playing full passive, not letting them get any free picks here.
Yeah, Ascension is getting ready to trade this. They're just waiting for Uber to come about, and they're going to be finding a second mid-fire here, but with full Ubers. The scout on Ascension is scout down, but they're still going to be taking this in. The Uber pops on Smazza. Is he able to get anything out of it? And they get the force, but they might get caught in the process. The soldiers are bombing in, maybe going for a salvage, and unluckily for Ascension, red team is gonna keep their medic, and they're gonna be pushing up the second here. It's a very free second for them, and they have a full bad here coming to last.
If you have noticed, there is a cheeky scout behind here. Smazzo trying to lurk behind, tried to go for the back cap, and unfortunately wasn't able to. They stacked to make sure that it wasn't going to happen, but he still is uncountable. But they are playing fast here. No players on point. They are just going to stack it. They aren't able to get on. That heavy spawn was a little bit too slow as they just walk on a point. 2-1. Net profit finding a point there, doing really well, able to find out that Uber coming out a little bit later on that mid, being able to find picks and just be able to walk that way forward. Smazza being caught behind, unfortunately not able to assist on that last. Very unfortunate, but they will be able to play a little bit safer now. They're not too worried about being 2 points down. Maybe you could try something a little bit more crazy. Come in fourth mid for the game. Looking like they try to want to take height aggressive now. Net profit trying to take as much control as they can. Both sold. Pipeline going in for a bomb. Raylan coming a little bit more staggered. Tal does go down in choke. Air does find him. As we got the rest of the points coming out now. Zayas does find Cobra. Raylan making sure Air dies to that fall damage. But it looks like Ascension will have to back out. Smazza goes down. Straw Bunny finding a nice scatter shot. Fennec is caught in. Does get arrowed. Taurus does bomb in. Hits a sticky. But Raylan does come in for the post though. Coming in from mid. Unfound. As he almost goes down. Taurus manages to live. Has to leave.
was kind of have 3 rockets to get out here, and they Ascension gets to keep their ad here. They're gonna get a very stable second here. They might even look to push mid. Very lucky. Very lucky the evil goon just missed his rockets. And they're walking in mid. Raylan is already stopping the bot from getting capped, and the whole Ascension team is currently on mid, getting ready to bash the net out. And fully retake mid and getting ready to push on to second. There's this straw bunny hits the sniper play, and sadly she's not able to find anything with it. And the sniper goes down, and blue team's getting ready to aggress here. Everyone's getting
play. Yeah. Sniper play was going to come out, does hit the headshot in the demo, but nothing else found. Unfortunately, the overheal was able to stop that, as they are going to stabilize both teams down 1. Straw Bunny and Raylan both spawning at the same time, as they're going to stabilize now. Nothing special really happening. It's even Ubers. We're probably going to look for Ascension to send their sags, taking control of sewer. They're peeking, seeing what they can spot. Anything special. Trying to play this a little bit more aggressive. Pipeline getting set up and choke. Both bombs coming in now, landing on point. Piper landing a little bit short, but does find a rocket. Raylan does find a rocket onto tower, but he doesn't manage to back out. Straw Bunny shooting Pipeline out the air. Evil Goon does actually manage to get in and find some damage. Does clean up 1, but will go down in the end, get traded off. As it looks like Uber does come out for the side of Net Profit as they try to find kills. Phoenix going down on mid as they try to force him out, but Net Profit is able to escape through IT. Get out very safely, keeping their medic alive, keeping this even Ubers, and hopefully stabilizing on the second as Cobra respawns.
It's very stable second currently. They might go for a dry bush here. The whole of net profit are getting in sewers and getting ready to, like, to see if they can find any bigs. Cobra goes down for Ascension, and they're getting fully pushed out of the second. It looks like Net Profit fully took a second here. Smaz is maybe looking to find something, and Ascension just takes a second back from with a few bigs. And they're getting ready to aggress mid. Cobra is coming up now. Terrace is still down, so it'll be really easy for them to take over mid again. And Ascension fully takes over mid and fully gets in.
It was very stable. They were able to find 3 picks while they were just waiting. Their plays, unfortunately, just being caught out of position as they're able to stabilize here. Air is going to be down for another 10 seconds, but they are down Raylan, so they weren't going to play this too aggressive. Still even Ubers here, just trying to play it stable. Going to take control of sewer and try to spot out what they can maybe see if they can find any lurkers. Nothing, unfortunately. They're just going to play this slow, seeing what they can do. We're looking IT, though. We have 2 leaking behind. Phoenix and Pipeline going behind. Evil Goon and Straw Bunny does find them, but it might go down. Pipeline does go in, does find Straw Bunny, and finding Raylan. Evil Goon killing off Phoenix in the backline. Pipeline still surviving for his life down there. Phoenix going down. Does manage to get the pack and does get 1. Gets Evil Goon, but Air comes back to clean up as they are now walking forward. Unfortunately, does get forced. Zayas getting the bomb in. They're going to have to try to go back. They wanted to try to go for the sack, maybe try to get the force themselves, but weren't able to. They couldn't see anyone in choke and didn't want to risk any more players. So they are backing out. Full Uber ad for the side of Net Profit. Going to wait for their soldiers to respawn. Both just coming up now, hopefully being able to get their bomb in, maybe try to coordinate with Demo. They already have choke control. They are walking forward. Both scouts are alive, but they're just going to... Zayas is coming in. Strawberry, they are playing this quite aggressive. Not using the Uber just yet, trying to just find their positioning on mid. Cobra does find Tal with the snipe and does drop. That's unfortunate. It was a sticky trap. My apologies. On rock, just on the bottom corner. That is so unfortunate for Net Profit. That Uberat is gone. Now we got massive Uberat for the side of Ascension. They are going to stabilize here, giving mid up, letting them just take it. They don't need it. They're going to let themselves stabilize, get that Uberat, and just take it right back.
Ascension's looking to get back in mid here. They take down ZS, and Terrace is just running for his life here. Air and Straw Bunny come in to try to find any bigs, but they're out of luck. Ascension is just fully bombing in, catching Cobra in the Uber, and fully taking over second here. They got all the space in the world and all the time in the world waiting for the respawn as Strawbunny's been down for the last 20 seconds, and they're all getting buffs and getting ready to potentially dry fight Lost or send Saxon.
They are just going to stabilize for now. This is ad for Net Profit. They are going to find a few players.
Both demos go down, and Raylan also falls. Looks like Ascension is getting ready to back out here. Smaz and Oscana fully get out and fully aware of the enemy team's full Uber situation, and Net Profit is able to retake second here. Looks like they're stabilizing a minute, getting ready to take an Uber trade on the middle point here. Strawbunny's coming through IT, but gets fully denied by Raylan here.
Nothing too crazy right now. Both teams just trying to stabilize. They don't want to try bleed any players just before. Looks like we're going to want Ascension to try probably send in some sacks here. Maybe do their traditional, want to take control of Sewer before they do. But looks like just both teams are waiting eagerly. They want someone to go. They are ready. Ascension now has control of Sewer. They're poking, they're prodding, they're spotting, they're making sure everyone is known. Pipeline is going to actually go into upper IT here. So Raylan is in now, does manage to land on Medic, but doesn't have any rockets loaded, does go down to air as they keep trying to pressure. Fenix is caught in. Pipeline now behind, does go down to Evil Goon, managing to back out. They are down 3. Unfortunately, Pipeline goes down. Evil Dude does find the rocket. So down 3 now. Uber trade is not favorable for them. They're going to try just to give. Strawbunny is aggressing immediately. Both soldiers in now. 1 rocket found on the med, but does go down. The trust in the medic. Smazza finding Evil Goon, and they are able to back out safely to second with their Uber. They're coming back in. Never mind. They want to go back in. They're confident. The Uber is now used out for the side of Ascension. Net Profit now coming out. Very delayed. No other players on Ascension are in. Uber is now fading on mid. Smazza is alone on the point as they try to contest. High control now being gained. Pipeline taking a nice rocket onto Strawbunny. Nothing more really happening. Phoenix finding some nice shots onto Strawbunny. Almost taking him down. Unfortunately, does get out. Turris does get launched back. And this is very stable now. Health really bad on the side of Net Profit. They are trying to give as much space as they can. Strawbunny caught in. She will unfortunately go down. Smazza finding the scattergun shot before the shutter closes, and mid will go to Ascension. That quick comeback. They wanted to enter straight back in, not letting them get any space for free, wanting that pressure constantly. Did work out for them.
Looks like Ascension is getting ready to send Sax into second here. Kova's looking to find some space for his soldiers, but gets fully denied. Completely penciled, and both soldiers are coming in. They land a record on Tal, and Tal forces here. Ascension's getting ready, backing out of mid here, and they're getting ready to take an Uber trade. Evil Goon manages to find a rocket on Cobra. Cobra's the Turris team is trying to get for a force, but they're completely out of luck here.
Ascension is going to be able to re-enter here pretty safely. They're going to have to fear this Uberad. Traps are set up in sewers, but unfortunately aren't going to do much as we have Raylan bombing through choke, making sure everything's clear. Pipeline coming in from lower IT. Fenix coming from upper, trying to get as many people as Zenzias going down, but does actually manage to trade with Fenix before. Evil Goon is really low. Raylan finding the nice prediction rocket there as he tries to exit through. Strawbunny does manage to just get out by the skin of her teeth, but does try to maybe find Raylan. He's really low, but unfortunately isn't able to. They are walking through one quick here with that Uber ad that they know they have.
Smaz is coming in with the Uber ad. He's trying to get some cap time on mid here. Turris decks the stickies, but essentially gets the full Uber in. Smaz manages to take down Strawbunny and Tal and completely gets the point here. A lot of slower round compared to the usual here. It was very back and forth, and Ascension just able to fully take it at the end. Hopefully we get more exciting rounds like that with the upcoming round.
Yeah, the push and pull is always a lovely thing to see. We love a bit of fight, going back and forward, one side or the other, finding good picks. But we are going fast. Both soldiers are quick onto the mid here. Pipeline and Evil Goon trying to take the trade. Unfortunately, Evil Goon having to back out into sewer for the pack. Strawbunny eating a pipe as they try to go in. Raylan is bombing high onto the players that are pushed out. Does find Strawbunny. Unfortunately, Phoenix is forwarding, does find the other soldier. No soldiers for the side of Net Profit here as Zeiss go down.
Hopefully, the Net Profit team completely goes down here, and it looks like the Ascension is getting ready to come in. Beam is on Cobra and Smazza right now, and they're walking in and fully taking second. The Net Profit team is cowering in one here as Ascension fully takes over second here. Looks like it's gonna be just like another really quick round. They're getting ready to send some stacks in. Everyone's getting overhealed right now.
Don't call it till it's over. Both teams will have Uber here, so they will have to either send a sack or maybe go for an early trade, but they want to take control of lobby first, which they do with minimal resistance. Air almost going down with Raylan bombing in fast, but unfortunately nothing more. Pressure is now on. Zayas does find Pipeline over in door to Raylan, now taking his spot as he tries to create pressure. But they are going to back out now. Down one, they don't want to fear. They will count that as their sack as they step back up. Lobby control will go down. Cobra going down to Evil Goon, but Raylan cleaning him up after. No Demo Man for the side of Ascension, and that means they will get more free push. But Zeiss does go down. Smazza does find the pick. Down to each side. Raylan tries to go quick. Does find the pick. They're going back into the lobby. Uber is now forced out. They are going to try to take this. Ascension backing up now. Smazza doing his best to body block. They are coming in late. Air is not going to be able to survive this. Tries to fight this off. Unfortunately not. Smazza does find the kill. Full overhead now for the side of Ascension as they're going to push in. Gun up on point. Going to have to try to pressure it. All the spam coming out. Doesn't go down just yet. Finally does. Evil Goon bounced up. Does go down. Pipeline hitting the rocket. Zayas trying his best. Standing on point. Contesting. Will eat a rocket. Go down as they will swarm point. And that will be another point to Ascension. Really well done.
Yeah, that was a very quick round to the last one. It was just a complete sweep with the cleanup crew just coming in to completely clean up the Net Profit team. Even with Cobra going down, like Ascension was just able to fully take it back here. They're playing a pretty slow mid. Both Cobra and Terrace choosing to go to the left side here.
Not too much happening just yet. Raylan and Pipeline getting set up for their bomb. Raylan coming in fast now. Pipeline coming in for the post. Does find a rocket onto Tal. Air does go down to Pipeline as he's just contesting in choke, trying to find picks. Pipeline will go down in the end. Strawbunny taken down. Do not feed a sword. They are on the head, so they can make sure they can check it themselves. Evil Goon will go down. Cobra hitting the air sticky there. Nice little stick as they bleed so many, but head does get out here. Unfortunately, was not able to be found in choke when they bombed, so this will be Uber. Even Uber's here. A little bit of dis due to the not healing, but this is pretty stable. They are fully set up on second here, leaving their scout to cap. They trust. They just wait and see.
Is coming up on Engineer, and Evil Goon is respawning now. Looks like the the Net Profit team is holding it really close to lobby here. They're getting ready to Ascension is getting ready to stack again, and the Net Profit team is fully set it up here. Let's just see what happens here.
Hopefully not a lot here. I'm hoping a lot here. I'm hoping to see some cool plays here, but they are going to take control of lobby here. Ascension feeling pretty stable. Zayas does find Phoenix though out on first. Managing to get a rocket through the shutter there. They are backing up a little bit as they now contest air, and Evil Goon coming in, managing to find Cobra here. Down Demo very quickly here. This is a little bit fearful for them. Demo is spamming through bottom of lobby, trying to find something. Pipeline is in lobby. They do get force here. Raylan does manage to find his way in, does manage to get the force onto Tal as they're now going to push out. They are walking out, giving this. They don't want to try to lose any more. Wait for their Demo to come back up. Maybe wait for their soldier as well, but they're going fast back in IT. They did this once. They'll do it again. Trying to just make sure they can contest point a little bit. Point is capped, so they're going to have to wait, but they does go down. Air hits a clean scattergun meat shot onto the med. They do take him down. That Uberad is now evaporated. Fortunate drop there.
That's a very unfortunate med drop for Ascension, but they still have a lot of space here on second. It does look like Tal is gonna have a huge hand up on Uber, but Strawbunny seems to still be on Engineer, so they're probably gonna take a very slow loss there. Ascension is just building on vibe here, getting ready for the eventual push from the Net Profit team.
They are stabilizing. Looks like Net Profit does have full control of lobby here. They want to make sure they can keep this. Uber now is used. They know that they have that ad after that drop. pushing up aggressive. Cobra does go down, unfortunately blowing himself up, but there is Raylan on blast. Both soldiers they are just bleeding behind, overconfident with the Uber, thinking they could keep it. 5-1 to the side of Ascension, the sneaky little bastards. Door 2, Pipewood says in chat. Who didn't check it? Who knows? But that was really well done. Managed to find that opening, bleeding behind, and getting that gap.
Yeah, a really exciting game there, but a complete stomp nonetheless. The really fun watch though.
Yeah, that was looking
what
really
map's
good.
up next?
So we are now going to be pushing it to product. A lovely little Koth map for us. But we are going to have a peek at the logs first, making sure, see what happened here. Let's have a little look, see. Yeah, it is looking really good. Smazza dropping 22 and 2 here, dropping less deaths than his medic, feeling very confident, dropping the very comfortable game, dropping 316 damage a minute, doing really well here. Straw Bunny 13-18, 290 DPM. Both scouts doing very well here, but Ascension, their scout was just unkillable on their end. Looking very good here. Both demos did a good amount of damage here, but unfortunately wasn't in the play as much as the scouts were able to get a lot more off. Smazza obviously being a forefront of it. Both soldiers on Ascension doing quite a lot DPM wise, both with high kills, 16 deaths as well. Looking pretty good here. But yeah, 97 damage taken a minute though is very good for Okasana on Ascension as well, being able to make sure they stay alive, making sure they're not dying too many times, making sure they're not in that fight.
Yeah, very well played by both teams. Look at the meds here. Turret's getting surprising 27% of the beam on the Ascension, the things I flipped, on the net profit side of things. This, both meds only had like one dropped, one to scout, one to sniper, and so on.
Yeah, of course. I think big thing of not dropping down. So unfortunate that drop on second there. Scout running up air, hitting a nice clean me shot there, managing to get them out and take control again, unfortunately. But did get bullied out again, and then unfortunately was back capped, which was not ideal for them, but well fought. Good mids scene, good everything. I loved everything they done. Really well. It's really lovely to see, or just watch Prem in general. They're always very cohesive. They understand what you want. That re-aggress back through IT after they kited that Uber on mid was really well done. Managed to catch them off guard and find those players and restabilize. It's really good.
Any predictions for product even?
Oh, for product. Not any in particular. We did see quite a dominant performance from Ascension there. They were able to a little bit of push and pull there and here and there, but I do reckon with their soldiers, they're being quite aggressive, able to find that damage in those picks. I reckon it might be a close one. I'm going to call a 3-1 here for the side of Ascension, but I would love to see an upset. Always would love to see an upset. Yeah. But we are going to throw to a break for a little bit, so stay in your seats or grab a snack, grab some water. We will be right back with you. Stay tuned.
Cobra's rolling out from the right side with his med and flank scout. It's a very slow mid, and traps is fully set on Rocket. The point's about to open up in 3 and 2 and a 1, and Raylan like dies really quickly here, and Bibble, it looks like they might even catch up Cobra here, but Oscana just gets the arrow on him like last second. The net profit team is very damaged here, but oh my god! They dropped the medic. This CS is going up with the sniper pick, and I think they're going to be Burma sniping for the rest of the game here.
Did you manage to get the bomb in here? Pipeline does actually manage to find the pick on the med, that Zaya's pick on the meds, trying to have to trade that out, bombing quick, don't find the picks. They are able to stabilize here. Air does find a pick onto Raylan on the midpoint here, but unfortunately will go down. Smazza and Fenix both coming into point, waiting for their soldier spawn, not wanting to deny them. Letting them just stabilize as looking like Net Profit will have their players up now. eevee trying to get it, but does actually get air piped there. Getting denied a point. Cap finally coming onto the side of Ascension as Taurus is now walking forward, maybe trying to find space. Soldier is behind now, just waddling his way in. Taurus does manage to find the pipe onto Fennec. Strawbunny taking Pipeline down as he waddles in, maybe trying to find that demo. Walking at him. They will give here. I'm not wanting to try to space much more. They do have Uber out here. It's only Slide, but they might be able to take it as they just stabilize players spawning now. 2 plays coming up in 2 seconds.
ZS is getting stabilized to sniper in China, but the Ascension team Ubers really quickly, getting ready to hopefully drop Tao before he gets Uber. He's on 95 here, and Tao luckily escapes with. Looks like Net Profit here are full Uber, but Ascension has full control of the point. They're getting ready for the forward hold here, and the Net Profit team is fully breaks out here with the Uber and takes down the medic. They do manage to lose ZS and Turret in the process here, but it looks very, very promising for the. Oh, never mind. They're losing even more players, and Tal even goes down. F is fully taken out here, but only Cobra is up now, and he's just sitting on the point here. It's very, very, very exciting forward hold here with both teams losing a lot of players in the process.
Players are stabilizing this now on Met Profit, having those early spawners because not having the cap point. As they're walking forward now, they're just going to take full control. Looks like Ascension doesn't really want to contest. Cobra shooting out a few stickies here and there, maybe hoping to find some damage. ZS does get spammed a little bit. Unfortunately, not falling off rock. Does have a soldier. Try to get some rockets, doing a small bomb, shooting some rockets over, trying to spot their medic. But not much is happening. We're not seeing another sniper play from Zeiss here, which is pretty interesting because they did manage to find that medic pick. Cobra almost going down. Fortunately, to a lot of spam, there is a player behind now. They're going to have to be worried. Strawbunny is aware of them, but not much is going to happen. eevee is rotating behind. Pipeline bombing in now, maybe trying to find something down.
Pipeline fully dies. Drellin also bumps in to try to help them out, but they're only able to capture the demo. The Ubers are evens, and it looks like Smaz is coming in with the Uber trade here. They traded here, and blue team's Uber is a little worse here. Let's just see what ends up in Boast. They do not manage to catch anyone in Boast, sadly. Red team does not manage to catch anyone in Boast, sadly, but they do get caught out here and gets fully wiped, only being able to take out FFF here. But Strawbunny does get out to loss here. Let's just see what. A very exciting fight here, but with Ascension leading the mid now. It looks like they're not going to be forward holding here as this down player. Terrace seems to get caught out here and dies to Raylan and Biblin's conjoined effort, and Biblin and Raylan are going for bombs on the medic here, and sadly they aren't able to get anything. They do find a few rockets on Tao, but he mostly gets the back, and he's all good now.
Players are now coming up for the side of Net Profit. They are taking control. eevee having control of flank there. They are walking forward now. Taurus has being aggressive. eevee now bombing in onto them. Okasana is being forced to use, not wanting to drop any players. They are taking this quite aggressive Uber, not for the side. Cobra does find air as they try to back out. Taurus is quite low. Strawbunny finding Phoenix as well, but Smazza strafing with the pistol does manage to find that kill there, as they are going to stabilize again. That Uber having to come out a little bit early, but this is full Uber disad for the side of Ascension now. Are playing this a little bit passive. Strawbunny was behind, but unfortunately will go down. Raylan and Smaz are finding them together as they are now pushing in. Zayas eating a pipe as he tries to rocket jump in. Raylan going for the fast bomb, does get the forced out, trying to play this a little bit more aggressive. Air walking forward now, maybe hoping to find picks. Phoenix is trying to just maybe kill the demo, is really close. Air does manage to find the pick on them now as they are caught in. Taurus finding Cobra as they aggress, trying to keep control of the point desperately here. But they are going to have to back up and give. Stabilize down 3. It's really difficult for them. Their players will sync up for the respawn, and they should be able to recontest with their Uber ad.
It's looking very grim for Net Profit here. Ascension has full ad, and all the players are up. They're getting ready to fight this through the cliff. No, of course, is on the board, and and Cobra is just walking in. Full Uber ad jumps Cobra in. He hits his head on the roof, but it doesn't really matter because they're able to take down both scouts here, and they're getting some pressure on the point. Turris and Evil Goon are able to be found in this. Evil Goon barely escapes, managing to land on the back and taking FFF down with him. ZS is getting ready for the cleanup crew and fully is able to clean up here. It's really well played from Net Profit here, completely turning the tides on a full disad situation. But they do manage to lose their medic in the process, and Oscana just lives here, so the Ascension is going to have a 20% add.
They are pushing now. Looking like they are on crits here. They wanted to try and maybe put this a little bit faster. Cobra does go down to Straw Bunny, does finding the pick in the air, being shot down, anti-air gun. So they are going to have to back out now. Playing this a little bit slower down their demo, but that crits will come up a lot quicker for the side of Net Profit. They want to try and keep control of this. They will get it probably before the round ends. They're going to start contesting now. 10 seconds left for the side. They have no control yet. Cobra walking up Valley side, trying to find some good spam. Turris spamming right back. Half health, though, has to back up. Uber now coming out for the side of Ascension. They are coming in.
Also comes back in, and it's fully denied by Cobra here. The red team is fully wiped and just gets completely destroyed, but Straw Bunny's still up and trying to get, sadly for Straw Bunny, they aren't able to find anything, clean up anything here. Really well played on both teams, and the unexpected Kritzkrieg, but it just was not enough to stop the Uber. Another mid here with What did you personally think of that game, eevee?
That round is really good. We saw a lot of push and pull there. The crits coming out probably a little bit too late for there to be anything worth. The Uber coming out a little bit too quickly for them as they just retake control. But coming onto this mid now, we're not seeing anything special. No sniper on this mid. Zayas opting to stay on the soldier. Evil Green now bombing behind. Pipeline doing the same. They look like they're trading. Both soldiers are behind. Straw Bunny does find Raylan Air, finding Pipeline. Zayas being taken down behind Phoenix. Does drop down to Straw Bunny as they are just kind of contesting it. A lot of players down on both sides. Both scouts are still alive for the side of Ascension, but unfortunately will go down. Turris hitting a nice pipe on to Phoenix, hitting the taunt as that is a full wipe for the side of Ascension. As they now have the stable. This is full Uberad for the side of Net Profit. They are going to stabilize here. Players coming up now. But looks like Ascension don't want to play this a little bit more aggressive.
Yes, Ascension is getting ready to for a 4-man sack here on trying to force down, and they get the force off, and Osakana just is fully chillaxing down there with his Mazza as hell goes down on the enemy team side. ZS is coming up on Sniper, really trying to find a bick on the medic here. He's fully out till to concrete, and as Net Profit stabilizes, they're getting ready for the Cyclone. That is the full Uber bush from Ascension. That is coming from the left side here.
They are stabilized now. Full left control now as they have the soldier bomb through quick, taking control of flank here. Uber is now coming in now. Cobra is bombing in. Turris is going to get out. Straw Bunny does find Pipeline. Raylan finding Evil Green both on the flank. Phoenix does clean up Straw Bunny, who was lurking behind a little bit. Turris falling off. Batset does end up going down. Cobra hitting a nice pipe there as Phoenix is actually going to run behind. Does hit a nice shot on the medic. Does go down. Phoenix walking all the way to the spawn. Air finding the trade off after. That is a sniper shot. ZS is up on sniper. We'll actually end up trading to go back on the soldier for the sack as they now are at Uber Disad. Really well done for Phoenix to find that opening through main there, walking all the way through. A little bit of a ball being launched in from main there, hitting Pipeline in the head. But this is now a stable mid for Ascension with the Uberad. They don't have much to fear apart from the soldiers bombing in.
Looks like Net Profit is going for a force on Oscana here. Are going to drop them when they drop her when she gets the full Uber.
Not too much happening as of right now. They are just going to be stable behind house here. They know of that Uber. They are looking like Evil Green is spotting. Zayas is up now. Probably going to try go for the sack here. Not too sure if they know they're ready. Are getting their buffs now. The ZS is going to come on from Rock here. Has been bombed from there from plenty of times. On to Okasana then. Does get a lot of damage off. Uber is forced out. Turris does end up falling to his death, unfortunately. They are just going to be able to contest this more, but eventually, just Net Profit bleeds a lot of players. They do have full Uber. That was the 4-man sack to try to get as much as they could. They do get the Uber Force out, which is great. Players spawning up now. They are going to forward hold, it looks like, but they are breaking out quick. Evil Green is already out onto grass side, but will go down here as they can take control. Net Profit taking control behind house. Fenix is behind. This could be deadly. We've seen this before. Strawbonny taking down Cobra. They are down a demo. Are going to have to be a little bit careful. 2 players going back to deal with Fenix air wrapping around, but eevee able to get to them first as they push the point here pretty safely. Down demo. They are going to wait for this Uber to even out before they start contesting again.
Us kind of just goes down there, only 10% away from Uber, and the red team is able to fully take this over. It looks like they're going all for a forward hold here. It's looking very grim for Ascension now. With Evil Goon and ZS just fully taking over the right side here. Terrace is traveling up left, and let's just see how Ascension handles the situations. Ubers are even, and Cobra's busting through Cliff here, but it's fully denied by Strawbonny.
They are going to be able to keep control of Fort here. Turret's hitting the question mark in chat as he does get forwarded and does manage to find the kill on the Smazza. They are going to keep control here. 40 seconds left on the clock for the side of Net Profit. They are pretty stable here. Uber is in slight ad of Net Profit as they manage to find picks. Smazza finding turrets, Evil Goon finding Cobra as they try to pick up picks. Both soldiers finding picks. Raylan killing 2 up on the cliffside as they bomb out. ZS is low in main pipeline, managing to find the rocket through. They are backing out here as Ubers are actually evening out a little bit more. 18 seconds left on the clock, ticking down slightly more. But they have a minute left. This Uber ad has faded. This will be a trade that will come out. Raylan's playing a little bit more aggressive to spot as he sees the team bombing out. Taurus does bomb out aggressive, hoping to find a pick. Unfortunately, doesn't find anything. Zaya's taking control of Pride as they are stabilizing, wanting to take this trade. A minute left. They know that their cap time is so close. They just want to keep control of this. You can see it. They're dropping off cliff now, trying to walk forward. Air being really eager, taking this forward. Uber comes out now.
The Ubers do come out, but essentially Uber's back in. Smaz is looking for any type of fix he can get here, but his Uber is a bit better, so he's getting ready for the boast. Ascension's this boast is looking really good for Ascension, except for the fact that they dropped Biplin, but they're able to get Evil Goon down to recontest, but they do drop the other both of their scouts here, and it looks like the Net Profit team is able to fully retake mid here with only 16 seconds on the lock. They're just waiting for ZS to come back before they're able to capture point. With only 16 seconds left on the clock, will the Ascension be able to make miracles happen, or will this just be a win for Net Profit? Let's just take a look here as Ascension's getting ready to re-aggress with only 5 seconds left on the clock. Will they be able to touch the point, or will they just lose it? They're able to get to touch the point, dropping down Evil Goon, but both soldiers do go down on the Ascension team. No soldiers in play, but the health of the blue team is quickly dwindling, and the Ubers do come out here and they're fully wiped, and Ascension do lose this round. That was a very, very interesting round. Seeing a lot more coordination coming out from the Net Profit team just landed them the win here.
They are seeing a little bit of confidence now coming up. 1-1, having a nice even match on product here. It's always a very push and pull map, Koth. It's very lovely, especially this map being very soldier-centric. A lot of bomb spots and be able to walk forward. Coming in to the third mid of this map here, they are playing a little bit aggressive. Looking like soldiers are getting ready to bomb for this side of Ascension. Are getting stable. Evil Green is actually in first. Does manage to bleed behind. Nothing more happening. Zia is trading places with Raylan as Raylan jumps in onto the demo. Unable to find the kill. Strawbonny cleaning it up. Evil Green does find... looking like a complete wipe here. Players dying left, right, and center on the side of Ascension as players go down. Tal does go down the flank. Smazza is all the way behind. Does actually clean up air as well. 2 players down. Last alive as he's fighting his way out on main there, but unfortunately does go down. Really well done by Smazza there to go behind, find that pick on the medic to even out the Ubers at least a little bit as their players are now spawning up. Soldiers playing a little bit more aggressive, knowing that there isn't much. Turrets caught out on Con. Market Gardener. Pipeline hitting it, going down. Caught out all the way forward. No teammates to help as they are now able to take comfortable control of the point here.
Ascension is able to fully take over the middle point here with a bit of an Uber ad. Looks like the Net Profit team here is looking to walk forward, but they are down 20% Uber. Let's just see how they're able to salvage this, or if they're able to salvage this. Strawbonny is coming in from the flank and is getting ready to fight with the ZS is taking over Bride and spamming down rockets at the at Ascension here, but they doesn't seem like they're able to find anything. They must have heard the call here, and they're waiting for them to get Uber so they can take a trade here. They're walking in. Beams on terrace and out.
That is a drop. That is a drop. Nice pipe from Cobra there. Going onto tower, managing to drop the medic. This is now full Uber ad for the side of Ascension. They are desperate here, down a lot of players, so they are going to. Straw Bunny is coming behind, hopefully trying to hit their shots. Unfortunately, Raylan is right there ready, but Uber does get forced out there, a little bit scared of dropping their players. They are going to walk forward now, still with control of point. Turris is caught out on con, but will manage to get out. Air is playing this a little bit aggressive, walking up, knowing their players are still caught out. Okasana does go down, Air hitting some very nice shots there. Turris also finding Raylan out on his grass, soldier bombing high, hoping to find Tal as well, take that trade. Will manage to find him, Cobra bombing in, blowing himself up in the process. Full wipe on the side of Ascension, managing to find the medic, so this will even out at least a little bit. Raylan is actually playing this a little bit more aggressive, will end up going down, trying to take control, so this will end up being slight. Very minor ad, but no point captured just yet as they wait for players to spawn. Only just managed to get up. Turris playing this a little bit more aggressive, trapping out main as they now are walking forward up on Cliff.
The Ascension is getting ready to try fight this with only 20% this side here. They're looking to get grab any bigs they can get, but Biblin does go pretty low there. Thankfully he does get it back and is getting ready to recontest with Evil Goon, and sadly he just plummets to his death. Turris is getting really low, but he is able to just escape and get the heals back. Looks like Ascension isn't able to find anything here, but Raylan does go for the sacrifice and is forced to fade. But Evil Goon gets ready to trade his life for Raylan's. Looks like Ascension is coming in for a trade with Batman vs T-Rex taking this Uber in. Tal has used on his scout, but it's looking very grim for Ascension here. It's complete Net Prophet is forced to back out to heal the demo here, and Ascension is able to just completely recontest and retake the point.
They are recontesting here, but Net Prophet is walking back in now, having good control here as Zeus is leading the forefront. Almost goes down. It will, unfortunately, Zeus hitting some nice rockets, but unfortunately Smazza hitting some nicer shots. Raylan is jumping in behind, maybe hoping to find something. Smazza finding Evil Goon on the flank as well as he tries to play this more aggressive. They are backing out now. What they thought could have good control. Zeiss is actually coming up on the snipe here. That off-glass pick might be enough. We did see him get the medic pick on that first mid. Hopefully big again. Turris almost going down. Will barely survive by the skin of his teeth. Zeiss now set up on Cliffside here, having a look, trying to hit a shot on Fenix, unfortunately misses as they are stabilizing. Con control now gained for the side of Net Profit as they stabilize. 20 seconds left on the clock. Headshot coming out now. Unfortunately, no kill. They are going to live. They are able to take a lot more space here due to that sniper. They have to respect it. Cowering behind Rock. Uber does now come out. Trade is happening. Cobra being flashed in behind is now living. Has stayed by himself. Straw Bunny almost dying. Fortunately being saved. Raylan alone on the cliffside there as he's being bombed. Takes the trade with Evil Goon there. Control coming out. Straw Bunny finding Pipeline, but Fenix is now behind, controlling. Fenix causing havoc. Batman vs T-Rex in now, but unfortunately will go down to air. They're just contesting this super well. Tal hitting the arrow onto Fenix, but it isn't enough. They are not on the point. That is 2-1 to the side of Ascension.
It looks like Ascension was able to sweep that back up after their loss. Thankfully, let's just take a look at this upcoming mid here with Cobra walking up with a beam. His full team is completely on. His full team is getting ready to like bomb in, but Cobra does get dropped. Evil Goon also manages to go down, and Ascension is losing a lot of his players here. Smaz is going in for some kind of salvage, but gets completely taken out. Gets his medic completely taken out by the scouts and fully biped by Turris here. It looks like Net Profit is able to get full profit on the point here with Ascension just being forced to wait, and the spy pick by Evil Goon walking up, getting ready to sneak and slither, maybe get a big hit on the medic. He's
He's an eager play here. Playing really confident. They get the backstab still. And the stab cover. He gets the soul stab. Going in now. They are playing this a lot more aggressive. They are down their medic. Unfortunately, Tal does go down. Raylan bombing in, getting a nice pick. That spy play is fucking ridiculous. Getting the pick onto the medic and managing to surf the scattergun shot straight in to the demo. What a crazy set of events that spy play. I love it. He had air lurking in main there, hopefully trying to get the medic there, even out a little bit more. Zeiss is now going to bomb out, not having much pressure from his teammate. Taurus managing to find a nice little det there onto Raylan as he bombs in. Players really low here. Pipeline having to back out. No, Okusana left himself in Valley as they're trying to back out. Pipeline getting good damage onto Evil Groom, nothing more. Zeiss forced to bomb out, both scouts shooting them. So they're now just taking point. No point cap from the side. Cobra does find it sticky on to Taurus there as they're taking control. Cap finally comes out now. They are denying their demo. I don't think if they're too worried about it right now. Soldier is now in on Cliff. We're going to have to worry about it. Raylan does deal with those IS going down and going for the counter bomb now. Take control of Pride, dropping off as they back out. But that was amazing, that spy play. Evil Good T3. What a play from him.
Yeah, that's a very interesting pick for the spy into like the mid fight here. A spy slot actually opened up on my Hana team next season, so like Evil Goon do contact me for about that. As for the match right now, it looks like Ubers are evens, and the Nat Profit team does manage to find a pick on the scout, and they're getting ready to trade with air walking in, trying to spearhead this push, but sadly, Tal is forced to save his players here, and the Uber is a lot worse. Tal does manage to stuff a few rockets out, but it's just not enough to stop the Ascension team. Turris does get a very nice pick on Smazza here, but it's just
through all that chaos, Tal does actually go down to Raylan there, so this is going to be slight Uberad for the side of Ascension. So they are just stable here. You only got 3 people on point. They have spawners now. 1 still dead. Zeiss taking control of the Pride, trying to maybe see if they can spot something. But they are aggressing now through main. Con control is going to be given. Pipeline maybe trying. Does hit a nice rocket onto Evil Green. Straw Bunny does finish it off. Pipeline blowing himself up as they are backing out through Valley. A little bit scared now. They're down 1. Zeiss is behind. Does find Smazza there as he just keeps control in-house. Will almost go down. Lives barely. Fenix chasing. Does manage to find the kill. Cap does go to the side of Net Profit as they are just going to stabilize now. They do have good control here, down 1, but they still do have both scouts up, able to do a little bit of anti-air. Soldier fight there. Fenix does manage to find Evil Goon there with the help of Raylan on the flank. Con control has been completely given up. They're just going to give now, wanting to back up, being down that Soldier, having to give a little bit of space. But there's 1 minute 30 for the side of Ascension. This is match point for them. Force does actually come out on the side of Net Profit. Nice little bomb in there from Pipeline as they come in. Zeus is coming in fast. Uber now coming out from the side of Ascension. Evil Green maybe trying to find someone else on the flank. Straw Bunny fighting. Fenix is playing a little bit more aggressive. Evil Green is now in main. Will go down. Smazza, good spot. Not letting him bleed behind anymore. With this little bit of a scrappy post fires, trying to find picks. Tal's almost down. Does nice little 2-stick there from Cobra. Raylan finding Taurus. Cobra, another pick onto air. Zeiss finding Raylan there just on the flank, and then Zeiss going down. Very, very nice little trade there, and nice little follow-up on the post, being able to find the picks that they needed just to take control.
Looks like a very solid hold for Ascension right here. They get a pretty marginal Uber ad here, and it's looking very grim for Net Profit, except they do get the pick on Biblin, and they are looking for a dry fight here. Ubers might, they do get 2 bigs on the flank, and without the flank, Ascension might actually go down here, but Osakana managing to survive on 1 HP with 94% Uber here will... That was a very clutch survive by Osakana, and they're looking like they're ready to come back in with full Uber ad here. They might bomb Cobra in and try to sweep the sub right now.
They are going to play this probably a little bit more aggressive than they want to. Raylan is able to find Straw Bunnies. They are down 1 scout. They are taking this without much pressure here. No Uber coming out now. Finally pushing in now. 90% for the side of Tal. They are going to bomb out. Soldier is now caught. Smazza finding Zeus onto the cliff there. But there's 13 seconds left. They're going to have to try to take this Uber aggressive as they walk up Valley here. Taurus bombing in. Just bombing on the cliff. No, getting bounced. So he's not going to be in this Uber. Pipeline finding even good. Straw Bunny does find it. Okasana is going to go down to air, but is it going to be enough? We have 4 players behind for the side of Ascension. They're going to able to try to scrappy fight this out. Air finding Smazza on the point. Cobra is able to find Taurus now, down 1 Demo Phoenix, finding Tal. Air, a lot of trading here. Raylan finding 2 there with 1. They are just contesting here. There is no one to touch the point, and that is a 3-1 win to the side of Ascension. Really well fought out, really nice Uber trades here on this last, and that was really amazing to see. There was that spy play will live in my head for a while. That was ridiculous.
That was a very interesting like last 30 seconds of the game. Like Ascension just fully went to the back lines, and like it just made Net Profit completely forget about the point here. It was really fun to see and look at. Let's just take a look at the logs here, and it looks like Terrace is leading the charge here with 366 dBm, but it's not enough compared to the monstrous 350 dBm coming in by Smazza here with dropping a 30 bomb. Yeah, the stats look very standard here, but the Osakana managed to also take less damage, just as they did last game, with only 155 damage taken per minute, which is very impressive out of them. They were doing like a really good job of like not dropping, and they kept their players alive. And yeah, they just had wonderful Ubers. I think Osakana might be the unsung hero of these games. What do you best think, eevee?
Well, I want to have a look at here. On the side of Net Profit, we have both scouts here dropping over 30 kills here, which is pretty impressive. Strawbunny dropping 300 DPM. Taurus as well, dropping over 350, which is pretty impressive there. They've done really well. But unfortunately, just wasn't enough. As much as their damage and kills were, they just weren't able to keep control of the point, and that's quite unfortunate. Just really well done by both sides, I want to say. It was a really good, the 1-1 at the start. You're seeing that push and pull there. No team really showing much give. They wanted to fight every single second of it. Just really well done again. That surprise spy play as well. Goated.
Looks like we have a few people waiting to get interviewed after this game.
It's not an interview. We are actually going to be leading into the next casters here. We're going straight into the next game. We have BLG versus SMS, but we will cut it to a break very quickly. Grab yourself a snack. We'll be right back.